Hey, what's going on YouTube? Happy New Year's, happy 2012 to everybody out there. With the new year, a lot of new things that are happening for myself and Royal Movement. I want to introduce a new segment for the year to help young professionals gear up for the professional world, for new career opportunities. So I want to bring different tips and suggestions and motivational things that I want to bring to the table for you guys to help you throughout your process and hopefully get everybody out there to get jobs that they want and get themselves in the right direction here. So a lot of people ask me all the time, what do you do? What kind of preparation do you take in job interviewing or getting a job and that whole process? And for me, there's no secret. I mean, there's a couple of things that I really do think about and I take that into consideration. But overall, there's no secret to my success at all. There's a couple of jewels I'm going to share with you guys at this time that I do use as far as the interviewing process goes, and those are hopefully things that'll help you, when you go out there and pursue a career. So first things first, this is probably the most important thing because appearance is everything. As you can see, I'm garbed in the tie and the dress shirt. I go into every job interview dressed for success. If you will. I don't dress, I'll always wear slacks, dress shoes, a tie most of the time, not all the time, or, but I will wear a dress shirt. Just because, your appearance is everything. Believe it or not, they are looking at you, and, if you're going into a professional job setting wearing jeans, or, sneakers, don't expect to get anything out of that. I've had friends in the past who have had opportunities for serious, career opportunities, for something, that were once in a lifetime opportunities, but they've blown it. For something as simple as, going into the job interview wearing a baseball cap, a t-shirt and jeans. So a lot of people don't, they really don't get that appearance does make or break certain situations depending on the career field that you're going into. So I definitely want to suggest dressing up. You can never dress up too much. Whether it's even going into McDonald's, or a law firm or a custodial job. You can never dress up too much for whatever job interview. I get it if the manager or the owner, your buddies or whatever. And hey, that's on you. But I always believe in dressing for success. I always want to be as professional as possible, no matter what the occasion. Alright, so another tip that I want to throw at you guys at this time for a successful job interviewing, it ties into the whole appearance situation again, is grooming, proper grooming. These are superficial things, but you feel good, that translates into your message, the way you come off to the employer. Shaving or, a nice haircut or, getting your nails done or, removing your earrings, if you got multiple piercings, your nose, your lip, things like that. You want to kind of just, ease off on that a little bit, and then you take them out for the interview process. If the job does allow you to have piercings, then, go for it. During the interview process, for me, I don't wear my earrings or anything like that. I don't, try to show them off. But, if they allow for it, then, after I actually have obtained the job, I might put my earrings back here. So, you want to make sure you're groomed, well cut, clean. If you look good, you feel good. One thing that I cannot forget to mention is, ladies and gentlemen, please wear as minimal amount of cologne and perfume as possible. You do not want to go into a job interview smelling like a skunk, overspraying perfumes or colognes. It's obnoxious. When you're going through the interview, you're in a small, enclosed setting, and so your smell is going to protrude. And you don't want that to happen. Anything over, you want to be remembered at your job interview, but you don't want to be remembered for having on too much cologne and perfume. That goes in any situation, but especially in the workforce, because you're in close proximity with co-workers and things like that. And if you have too much smell going on, It's definitely not a good look. So if you do have to wear cologne, I do wear cologne from time to time during job interviews. I might spray one or two, in certain areas, but that's where I leave it. I might leave it in the neck one time. I might throw it on the wrist, and that's that. You don't want to spray on your clothes and on your hair. That's tacky, and it's not a good look. So, perfumes, colognes, keep that to a very, very, very bare minimum. Take that. Another quick tip I want to throw out there for you guys is do some background research on the company you're interviewing for before you actually even get to the interview itself. It'll go a long way in answering some of the questions that they throw at you, such as, what do you know about the company or the job that you're applying for? What makes you a good fit for this particular position? Doing your background check on the company, finding out how long they've been in business for, what products they actually sell, how they do business, how they've been operating, things like that. They go a long way in being able to tailor some of your answers during the interview process. And it's also, gives you good points, good marks, in the eyes of the employer themselves. So do your research on the company. That will definitely help. So now we're getting into the whole interview process itself. You've met your employer, whoever is going to be doing the interview, the manager, whoever have you. First things first, eye contact. Make sure you're engaging with the employer. That's important. That should be a given. You don't want to be sitting there wandering eye, just looking around and, doing all that jazz, fiddling and, just not seeming to, be engaged in the whole conversation or the whole interview. That's definitely going to leave you with more low marks. Initial greeting, handshakes, a nice firm handshake, that's key. You definitely want to go in there with that. I always believed in having a strong handshake. Something's corny as that. I don't know why, but that's definitely important. Also, make sure you know exactly what you're going to say. Questions will be asked during the interview process. Some you might stumble across. Some you might have to take some time to think about. But you don't want to try to fumble through the interview process, with the ums and the like or maybe or kinda, sorta. Know exactly what you want to say. Get to it. Power words are important. Power words. Definitely. Most certainly. Absolutely. Words like that go a long way, in trying to answer a question or explaining or having yourself appeal to, an employer. I like to use power words. You can't stress them enough. Even if you don't know what you're talking about, you want to sound as confident as possible. That's definitely as important as I can get. Like I said, try not to use and the words that that are kind of what I want to say, words that leave uncertainty. You want to answer all close-in questions with a definite answer. Open-ended questions, you want to be as straight to the point. You don't want to drag on the conversation or pad anything too much, because it's just they can see through the bull. You can't kid a kidder. What I mean? They go through interviews multiple times a day, daily. So this is what they do for most people. So you can't really say anything they haven't heard, but you want to make sure that whatever you're saying is as sincere as possible and as straight to the point and as confident as possible. Those are definitely key things. What I want to say, you guys, is make sure to smile. I think that's important, and it means a lot of things. It doesn't matter who you're talking to. If you can smile every once in a while, it opens up so many doors. You come off as somebody who's in good spirit, somebody who could be a good team player, somebody that could be a good co-worker. So make sure to smile. It goes a long way. Alright, so there you have it. Some of the tips that I take with me during the interview process. You can, choose to use them, choose not to use them. If you have your own ideas or thoughts on what you do for an interview, I want to hear them too. So leave your comments in the comment box below. Tell me what you think. What kind of approach do you take in going into an interview? I don't do this all the time. I've in the last 6 months, I probably did 3 or 4 interviews, because I'm always trying to progress. I always want to look into, better careers or better, future opportunities. So I say that, take that with you. Also, when you go into a job interview, the most important thing in answering a question about being a good fit for the company is letting them know that you're there for the long haul, that for the next 10, 15 years, you want to be with this company and be able to progress as much as possible. That's the reason why you're there in the first place. You want to make sure that you let them know you want to build a strong relationship career-wise with the company. You do that, like I said, dress for success, lay off the cologne and perfume, ladies and gentlemen. Smile, confidence. It's all gonna help you out. I can't guarantee that you'll get a job, but those are definitely things that you want to take with you and approach with every job opportunity. But thank you guys again for taking the time to watch my video. I'll be sharing different tips and words of wisdom that I use, motivational things that help me out throughout my whole process. So, continue to stay tuned, and also check out the website www.royalmovement.com. The promotional items are for sale. I check out the blog, and and we're moving every day. So again, happy 2012 to everybody out there, and checking with y'all later.
Yes, I did. So I packed it up and brought it back to the crib. Just a little something, show you how we